Every time the woman went out, she would carry a bottle of mineral water laced with poison. When her husband became thirsty, she would deliberately hand him the water. It turned out that both of them were professional spies. However, due to a failed mission that had caused significant losses to their agency, only one of them could survive. Her husband quickly realized something was wrong with the water and immediately put it back. Seeing her plan fail, the woman handed her wedding ring to her husband, hoping he would keep it as a memento. In reality, she had secretly implanted a tracker in the ring. So, after her husband left, the woman used the tracker to quickly locate his position. She quietly snuck into the villa where her husband was hiding, but to her surprise, she was met with a gun pointed at her by her husband. The atmosphere at the scene instantly froze. The husband asked his wife to give him a moment to brush his teeth, hoping to make a sudden attack while his wife wasn't paying attention. But what he didn't expect was that his wife was already prepared for this. At that moment, the two of them became bitter enemies, fighting fiercely. The woman drew a knife, intending to kill her husband. However, her husband's size and strength gave him the upper hand. She not only failed to kill him, but also found herself overpowered and controlled by him. Knowing she couldn't defeat her husband, the woman discarded her weapon and stopped resisting. But her husband revealed that his neck had been cut by her poison knife. A few seconds later, the husband fell unconscious from the poison. Unexpectedly, the police arrived at the villa very quickly. The woman had no choice but to jump from the balcony and escape. The police, seeing the man on the verge of death, immediately rushed him to the hospital for emergency treatment. Meanwhile, the woman returned to her secret location. Not long after, she received a phone call from her superior, questioning whether she had killed her husband. The woman replied that her husband had been poisoned, but the police arrived too quickly for her to check whether he was truly dead. Her superior immediately criticized her for her incompetence. He ordered her to thoroughly investigate her husband's death. Before the woman could process everything, the police officer suddenly appeared at her store. The woman immediately sensed danger, but at that moment, she could only cautiously deal with the officer. As she turned to leave, the officer quickly collected her fingerprints from a cup using a sticker. He had found half a fingerprint at the scene and suspected it belonged to her. However, when the officer compared the fingerprints, he realized that the prints were too unclear for any effective comparison. What the officer didn't know was that the woman had deliberately filed down her own fingerprints to prevent exposure. Soon, the woman disguised herself as a nurse and went to the hospital. While checking the hospital's computer, she confirmed that her husband was still alive. This meant that she had to plan another assassination.